Me? Is it okay, doctor?
I think that should be fine. We just start and we can, yeah, of course we can wait until the rest will come later. Okay, that's good.
Alright.
Okay, so hi everyone. Okay, welcome back to our next session. Okay, you guys will be with me today, I mean like this evening and tomorrow the whole day. Okay, so I give you some input about product market fit. So when you already have your idea what you are going to do, okay, later when you learn about the product, what the product can do, I mean like Apple product, how they can help and everything. So here is another level, so where you want to make sure that your design or maybe your prototype or maybe your product or service that you have developed is not what they call it self-centered ataupun short sendiri. Okay, so so you know that there's demand over there, and then you want to fulfill their demand. Okay, and you are creating a solution that they can help others. Okay, so this is what we want to explore. Okay, so let me share my slides. So can you guys see this? Boleh nampak tak?
Boleh.
Boleh eh?
Boleh.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so let me proceed with the lecture. Okay, so today's lecture this evening, I know very sleepy, and then there are not many people turn up. Okay, but then we wait later. I hope everyone will come in, and then I hope you guys can benefit from this. Okay, so before that, I would like to introduce myself. I think Dr. Azuddin already introduced me. Okay, so my name is Akmal Sabaruddin. Okay, Associate Professor Dr. Akmal Sabaruddin. So I'm the Deputy Director for Center for Entrepreneurship and SME Development. So I'm from the Faculty of Health Sciences. Okay, I'm from KL, and I'm responsible on technopreneurship. So if you have any technopreneurship, commercialization and all IP protection and so on. So if you have anything that you want to explore in technopreneurship, means like you have innovative idea, you want to design something so that it is based on entrepreneurship, based on technology, then you can look for me. Okay, so let's okay. First of all, you have to understand what is product market fit. So when we talk about product market fit, so it has to be a product. So you must have a product, and then you must have market. So because when you create a product, you develop a product, so the product is for market, for someone to use. It's not for you, or else how you can get income, or how you can generate income or get money. Okay, so that's why they must have the market. Okay, so means like market demand, or people really want to use your product, so therefore then you can benefit them, and then they also can benefit you by giving you money, and then you giving them the product. Okay, so this is like a basic. But then how about the word fit at the end there? So because we want our product to fit the market, because market is already there. Market is I mean like you can get people anywhere, everywhere. Okay, but then whether your product that you design, okay, within like years or maybe months, okay, then is it like really um expecting their requirement or maybe their standard? Okay, because if they really they think that they need this product, so they will buy it. Okay, so this is how you want to fit the market. Okay, so you want make sure that your product or your design or whatever you are coming out with your proposal later, so will fit the target market. We can target the market. Okay, it's only a target market, but whether is it fit or not. Okay, so that this is what we want to explore. So product market fit, also known as product market fit, means like there's a hyphen in between there, is a degree to which a product satisfies a strong market demand. Okay, so means your product must be strong enough. They must have wow factor. So I think Dr. Azuddin already mentioned that when you create something, it has to be wow, impressive enough, so that it's very attractive that people will go and get your product or find your product. So product market fit has been identified as a first step to building a successful venture in which the company meets early adopters, gather feedback, and gauge interest in product. Okay, so I know there are a few terminology that you need to understand, or you need to digest. Maybe some of you are familiar with this terminology, some of you may not. Okay, so I will explain one by one. So what does it mean by early adopters? So early adopters is the first line people um, that will use, or maybe that give comment criticism to your product. So for example, this is what happened before the product launch. Okay, I tell you one very good example is iPhone. So do you know that iPhone, they developed from iPhone uh, 1 2 3 4 5 until now they have iPhone 12 or 13. Okay, so then I don't know, do they have iPhone 14? I don't think so, right? Okay. So up until now, so they develop one by one. Okay. So let's say we talk about iPhone, let's say iPhone 12. Okay. So it was launched last year. So before they launch this product to the market, so they already for last time, if I'm not mistaken, they launched it in October 2020. Okay. So before they launch, so they already have been tested. The iPhone 12 has been tested with early adopters. So this group of people, so they could be everywhere. They could be in China, they could be in San Francisco, they could be in Tokyo, everywhere. Okay, so this early adopter means like they are the one who really, we call it like a fanatic. I can say fanatic fan, or maybe they are the one really look forward into anything Apple coming out with a new product. They were going to buy and get it. Okay, because they are very update with the um, development, or maybe revolution, or evolve anything with iPhone. Okay, they can be a fanatic fan. So what they did, okay, so they launched the product in Malaysia in October 2020. So means normally they will have like 6 months earlier. So the product is not like completed in August or September. So they are way before that. So maybe January 2020 they already completed. Okay, the not only the prototype, but this is like the working one, the working prototype before they launch. So they will have this early adopter. So they will give it for free testing, because they know they already, this early adopter kind of like uh, worker. I mean, like, because they have a contract that they get a free iPhone to test and then to give all the comment. They can comment everything about it. The camera is, if it's not good, and then the sound, the features, and then the images, and then whatever inside it. So they will do that. Okay, so then when they get this, and then they will give all the feedback, all the honest comment to the developer. So then they will redesign, or not only redesign, they will they call it, they iterate again the prototype to make it a very new product before they launch it. Okay, so that's why when they launch it, so then that's it. If any defect or default or any problem, okay, arising after they launch, so there will be like um, can put their name down. Okay, so this is one example that what, not only iPhone, so most of the product nowadays so they have this kind of thing. So what happen if you don't really have enough time for early adopters to test your product, to ensure that your product is will benefit the market? So if you heard long time ago, there was an incident where one car company, okay, so it's not Malaysian company, so it's overseas. So after they launch the product, so then they give after 3 months they're launching the product, so they have to call back whoever has bought this brand of car. okay, you might go to the nearest service center because they have problem with the brakes. You see, so this kind of thing is happening. So then when someone, I mean, like when the consumer already purchased the product, and then why they have to return back and then for inspection and so on, they can put like so many reasons, like for further inspection, for this, for that. You see, this is like what is happening, that you cannot control at all because the damage is done. I mean, like you already done the damage. Okay, so this is when you not really testing it enough, and then you just launch it, and then without um, any testing. Okay, you never ask. This early adopters. I mean, like the process, you just skip it, and then you just want to launch. Okay, so that will bring, I mean, next time people won't buy this kind of product anymore if you have like a version 2.0, 3.0, and so on. Okay, so but here, okay, well, we want to talk about product market fit, so we are considering our market. Okay, so then our product, is it like a good enough to satisfy the market? So therefore we want people to use our product, buy our product, and keep on coming back and buy again and again. Okay, so then we design a very simple things, we call it value proposition canvas. Okay, so this is we want to have, when we talk about value proposition, means our product or our service that we created, that we invented, so it must has value. Okay, and then we want to propose this value to our user, okay, our end user. And then how to ensure that our user will appreciate our value. So this is like a very big question mark. Okay, so they tried many things. So one of it is we have to study our user. We have to understand them before we can satisfy them. So this is like the basic concept. So when we design this, okay, so this is what we call the value proposition canvas. I will play this video. I want you to look at this, and then I will give you more example, and then I want you to try and create your own value proposition canvas. So far so good. Everyone can follow. Am I too fast? Okay. Okay, good. Okay, okay, let me play this video.
Every day, companies design products and services to improve their customers' lives. But 72% of new product and service innovations fail to deliver on expectations. This
Oops.
means that customers don't care about 7 out of 10 new products introduced to the market. It doesn't have to be this way. Just like you create value for your business with a business model canvas, there is in fact a tool to intentionally visualize, design, and test how you create value for customers. It's called the Value Proposition Canvas. The Value Proposition Canvas is composed of 2 parts, the customer profile and the value map. With the customer profile, you describe the jobs your customers try to get done. Jobs can be functional, like getting from A to B, social, like impressing friends and colleagues, or emotional, like gaining peace of mind. You highlight your customers' pains, which annoy customers while trying to get a job done. Pains are negative outcomes that customers hope to avoid, like dissatisfaction with existing solutions and challenges, frustrations, risks, or obstacles related to performing a job. And you outline customer gains, which describe how customers measure the success of a job well done. Gains are positive outcomes that customers hope to achieve, like concrete results, benefits, and even aspirations. Use the customer profile to visualize, test, and track your understanding of the people or companies you intend to create value for. It's a map that becomes clearer the more you learn about your customers. The second part of the canvas is the value map. With it, you list the products and services your value proposition builds on. You describe in which way these products, services, and features are pain relievers, how they eliminate, reduce, or minimize pains customers care about, making their life easier. And you outline in which way they are gain creators, how they produce, increase or maximize outcomes and benefits that your customers expect, desire or would be surprised by. The value map makes explicit how your products and services relieve pains and create gains. Use it to design, test and iterate your value proposition until you figure out what resonates with customers. You achieve fit by creating a clear connection between what matters to customers and how your products, services and features ease pains and create gains. Great value propositions target essential customer jobs, pains and gains and do so extremely well. Your customer profile may contain countless jobs, pains and gains, but your value map highlights which ones you intend to focus on. But don't forget, an outstanding value proposition can still fail if your business model is flawed. Successful companies embed outstanding value propositions in scalable and profitable business models. Use the value proposition canvas to create products and services that customers want. Get started at strategizer.com.
Okay, so basically this is the I just recap this video. Okay, so when we talk about value proposition canvas, so it consists of two main things. Okay, two very important things. First is the customer segment. Okay, and then another one is value proposition. So where does they get this value proposition canvas? So actually this is where they got it from, business model canvas. So tomorrow I will talk about business model canvas. So this value proposition canvas, so is designed based on business model canvas. So they just focus on two important things, which is the value proposition and the customer segment. Okay, so this is what I am talking about, the customer segment. Okay, so what they mentioned in the video, so you have to study about your customer. So you have to look back, what are they doing. Okay, what is the customer's job? Okay, what are their job, I mean what they are doing. So customer's job, it doesn't mean that their occupation. So this is like the job, the daily things that they are doing. Okay, and then what is the problem, what make them worried so much, so that is the pains. And then what they are expecting to have, so to ease the pain and everything. Okay, or maybe their ideal world. So this is what we want to achieve. Okay, and then this is all about the customer, means like the customer have that behavior, the customer um worried on something, and then the customer expecting that to have this and that. Okay, same goes to, okay, I give you a very simple example. So when we talk about Grab, okay, so last time before we have Grab car, so means like this is Grab is kind of the taxi for passenger. Okay, so the customer job, what do? So they want to go from place A to place B. They want to go, they want to avoid a traffic, maybe they don't want to drive, or maybe they are not ready to drive, they don't have license. So there are so many things. Okay, so what's the pain? Okay, the pain, they could probably don't have a car, they could probably injure themselves that they cannot drive, they could probably very tired or very sleepy or intoxicated, they cannot drive, they won't allow permit them to drive. Okay, what do they get, what do they really want to have? So they want to reach to the destination safely, okay, on time or whatever. So they want to have a good things without thinking about, without worrying about why they cannot get there. Okay, so this is all about the customer. So then when the founder of the Grab, so they know this, they notice about all this problem, this is what their customer, they already study about their customer behavior, then they can provide something. Okay, so then we can focus here in our the value proposition. So it's all about our product or our service. Okay, so what are we going to have here? So first, what is the product or service that we are offering? Okay, so this is must be very strong point. I mean, like you have to understand your product, or maybe you have to understand your your service inside out. Every single detail that you have to understand. You know the strength, you know the weakness of the product that you are creating. Okay, and then what are the pain relievers? How this product can help to ease the customer pain. Okay, so there are so many things. So means like you can highlight your product features that can help the customer. And then the gain creator, where how you can create the gain for the customer, because the customer want an ideal world. So then are you going to satisfy them? So if you can answer this, means your product is really have I mean like fit to the market that you have studied. Okay, then you don't need to worry. Okay, let's talk about the Grab example. Okay, so then the product or services that they have is uh, online taxi or maybe Grab. Okay, Grab service. So means like they don't really have a car. Okay, they just have they can hire, anyone can become Grab driver as long as they registered this and that. Okay, so these are the services that they are going to provide. Okay, and then how about the pain reliever? So the pain reliever is one of it. The features is it is way cheaper than conventional taxi. Okay, so because okay, and then they provide driver to drive you from point A to point B. So you see, this is the point that they are highlighting to ease the customer pain. Okay, and then the gain creator, so this is answering back to what the customer want. Okay, the customer want to um, get from point A to point B safe and sound. So whether this Grab can provide that. So if they say yes, means like they already create the gain for that customer. Okay, so this is like overall what you have to do later in group, in small group. Okay, I have another example. Okay, so I think how many of you have Facebook here? Maybe you can show sign, raise up your hand. Okay, I can see few. Okay, 2, 3. Okay, so many of you have Facebook. Don't worry, I won't ask your your Facebook name, or I don't I mean like for to add friends, more friends and so on. No, I just asking because you might see this on Facebook, because this is how they did their marketing. It's always like keep on popping up from Facebook. I don't know about your Facebook, but my Facebook, they always like have this kind of marketing. I mean the ads. Okay, so this is about the what I'm going to talk about is about dyslexia. Dyslexia is a condition for, especially starting from young age. Okay, let's say a child when they start growing up, so maybe 5 years, 6 years, then the parent can detect, and also the teacher can detect, because they have difficulty to read. How? Because they cannot really differentiate between um, the words. It's not the words, the letter. Okay, the ABC. I mean, like whatever they have, the mirror image, they cannot what they call it. They cannot differentiate. For example, um, maybe B and P. Okay, so because one is up there, okay, and then one is down there, okay, and then there are many things. Number 3 and letter E. So you see, it's like a mirror image, so it's flipped over. Okay, so this is looks like for those who have dyslexia, they call it dyslexia. Uh, this is how the words or the text in front of them. Okay, so it's very annoying, and you cannot really read it, right? So this is what they are having. So they have this difficulty, but not to us. We can read it perfectly. So it looks like this. So can you imagine, can you read this text like in 2 seconds? So it's very difficult. So this is what they are having. Okay, and then my example is all about how this founder of the apps. Okay, later you will I will introduce you. Wait, hang on for a second. Okay, So the founder of this app, so they designed the apps because he himself has dyslexia. He has difficulty to read. And then when you have difficulty to read, so you will be left behind. Like, let's say in a class in kindergarten, or maybe in elementary school. So then you cannot read properly, and then you read very, very slow. So people, I mean, like other your classmate already like make an advance, I mean, to the next level, but you are still identifying the letters and then try to figure that out, what does it mean, okay? And then and next and next, so it means like they will be left behind. So this is what happened to dyslexia. So the founder's name is Cliff, okay? So and then he designed this. I think I will show you the video, and then I think most of you already seen this video before. Where's the video? Okay, let me talk about how he designed, how he understand the customer. Okay, so this is the customer. So for the customer profile, so first he wanted to find the customer job, means like what the daily routine for this customer. Okay, first of course you have to define your customer. So how he defines his customer, so he is targeting kids with dyslexia, means like kids who have difficulty in reading. And then of course not only dyslexia, if any other condition like ADHD, and then maybe sort of like development of low visual acuity, means that they cannot really concentrate, focus on text. Okay, so anyone who has difficulty to read can benefit with this solution. Okay, and then first you have to define your customer. This is what you are going to do in your group later. Okay, first you have to define your potential customer. So imagine whoever will buy this your ads, for example. So think about themselves. How do they behave? What do they do? Okay, and then list down your customer activities or your customer job. So daily routine. Think of the job needs to be done in your customer daily life. What are they? Okay, kids. Okay, when we talk about kids, so they need to learn at school. Okay, because school is only the place for the children to learn other than play. Okay, and then they need to do homework. So they need to read text, read storybooks, and learn about the sign. Okay, sign means like when the kids go to supermarket, or maybe the kids go to anywhere. So if there is a sign, okay, so the kid should be able to read it, because all sign you can see on the street is very short. So then the kid should be able to identify, or maybe can pronounce it. So this is what the kids enjoy doing it. But if kids with difficulty to understand and identifying the every single letter, so means they will have trouble. Okay, and then maybe they will lose friend, and then no one want to become friend with him or her. Okay, so this is their pain, we call it. Okay, and then writing homework or diary, because kids, they always like love to write when they start learning something. So they will write anything, even though they misspell everything. Okay, and then what else do the kids do? So they will play, they're always playing. Okay, playing around and so on. Okay, so this is the first part in the customer profile, is the customer job. Okay, second is the pain. Okay, so what pains do your customer experience? So in this case, okay, so we talk about kids with dyslexia, kids with difficulty to read. Okay, think of negative outcome that your customer wants to avoid. So when we talk about kids who have difficulty to read, so what are their concern? What make them very, very uncomfortable and they want to avoid? Okay, so these are the example. Of course, time consuming in reading. So they need more time compared to other kids to read. Okay, and then it's very hard to spell words and read, because they cannot identify the letter, whether this is B or this is P or this is Q. Or you see, this is like the letter, they're almost the same. And then if we talk about the small letter B and D, they're always confused with that. Okay, so then okay, when they want to identify this is B or D, and then later when they already manage to identify, then they start to spell. So you see, the other kids already move on to the next page, but he's still struggling. Okay, and then of course, hard to understand the text, the story, and get distracted. So because when they cannot spell, so let's say they write, they spell ball, so B, they cannot identify that as B, so they put it as D. Okay, so then they say DALL, doll. People already know that is a ball. A ball means like, okay, play with balls. Okay, so then all other kids understand that means that playing main bola. Okay, playing with ball. But he still struggling, playing with doll. DALL. What is that? Is it dolls? Something like that. And then how come you can? This is without picture, so make them very difficult. And then they cannot follow the text because they don't understand. Okay, so this is like it's very interesting story about this. Okay, and then of course the consequences will be this kid will be left behind. So because they will be like, people um will call them as slow learner. Actually they are not slow because they have difficulty to read, so that makes them a little bit slow. Okay, and then cannot follow the learning process because when the teacher want to teach the students, so they will have like one phase. Okay, so then move on to next phase. So for whoever like left behind, so they will be like start cannot focus, they start, you know, distracting other members of the class, and then so the learning process cannot be successful at all. Okay, so this is like the difficulty. So that's why the kids like this, they put it in one very special class. Okay, so this is what is happening. Okay, and then the last part for the customer profile is the gains. Okay, what gains do your customer wanted? Okay, think of the positive outcome that your customer love to have. So what all these kids with difficulty to read, so what they are really want to have. Okay, so this is what they want. So they really enjoy if they can do this. First, reading faster. Second, understand what they read. And then third, learning without any disabilities. They want to become like, they always say why I'm different. They keep on like asking their parents why I'm different. So they want to be like normal kids, but they are not, I mean like, they are nothing to be blamed there. Okay, but this is, so Cliff has designed these apps that can help them. So maybe I can show you the video. I think if you have Facebook, so you have seen this video many times.
Hi, I'm Cliff, founder of Speechify. What is Speechify? Well, you give us stuff you need to read, and we read it to you instantly. Yeah, instantly. Are the voices any good? No. Our voices are great. Take a picture of a book, it reads. Upload a PDF, it reads. Open a website, it reads.
Speechify text-to-speech is a mobile and desktop app that allows...
Half of Stanford already use this trick. That's how they read 300 pages a week and still have time to party. And do you like reading stuff and not remembering the details? Studies show you double your attention by using both your eyes and your ears at the same time.
The psychology of dressing well and why you must to get anywhere in life.
So stop procrastinating every day and start deciding what you're going to do with all those hours I'm saving you.
Okay, so the story of Cliff.
Hi,
Sorry.
I'm Cliff.
Okay, so he designed Speechify. Okay, Speechify is, you already listened to that ads. Okay, I think most of you already. How many of you have watched this on Facebook? When I mean like Facebook apps ads. So you know the ads are coming in, and then there are lots of things like this. Or no one has seen this video before. No one? Anyone has seen this video? Okay, I saw on YouTube ads. Okay, that's good. Okay, Anis, anyone else? Oh, this is your first time. Okay. Okay, so this is like how I can remember back then when I attended one of the programs. So Cliff was very successful idol for young entrepreneurs at because he's in now everywhere. So used to be in Google, okay, and then he become an icon for many of university student how to become entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur. So he went everywhere. I mean, because last time I was in UC San Diego, so then he's like the one who inspire many students to become, you know, a founder for the startup like that. Okay, so it's very very powerful. And then now because back then in 2018, okay, and then now it become more and more famous because the ads is coming up in so many what they call it social media, not only Facebook. So and then Ani said on YouTube, okay, you can look at it. Okay, let's go back to our things. Okay, so this is specify, so how they do it, because last time people said, oh, this is, it won't possible, it won't be possible, you cannot do it. Okay, so they can, you just take a screenshot and then they can read it for you. Okay, and then they have for phones, for tablet, for computer, for everything nowadays. Okay, so then let's look on this the another part of this value proposition canvas. So this is value map. Okay, so what are the products and services? So define your product and service. Okay, list down your product or service features. What features that help the customer in their daily life? Okay, first define your product service. So of course this is a specify, so where it generates text to speech voice, and then these apps can that help people with reading difficulties to have any text read out to them. Okay, so this is how they define the product. Okay, and then they list down the product or features. Okay, so you can listen to your articles, PDF, digital text, or physical book as audio, and then listen with HD voices and 50 plus languages. So means like it's not only in English. So they have Spanish, they have French, they have Mandarin, and all other languages, more than 50. And then toggle your reading speed up to 900 words per minute. Scan physical book pages with your device camera. So you know when you design, when you have an app, so you have a product, so you have to be able to identify all the features. Okay, so then this is how to make you can map it with your customer. Okay, and then other than that is import internet articles straight from mobile browser, integrate with iCloud, Google Drive, Dropbox, and more. Sync audiobooks across the devices with Mac and web. Okay, so these are some of the features. There are more. Okay, let's look on another step is the pain reliever. So what pain relievers that can you offer? So how to answer this question? So look back how your product or service alleviate customer pain, how your product help to ease the pain. Okay, how this specify can help kids to read. Okay, so this is how they did it. First, you have to highlight all the pain. Remember the pain that or what the customer have. Okay, and then this is what they can counter. For example, uh, kids with dyslexia, or maybe kid with difficulty to read, so they have time consuming in reading, so they need more time. But then we specify they can listen faster, they can listen. Okay, so it make it faster and save time. Okay, and then another difficulty that the patient the customer has, hard to spell words and read slowly. Okay, but we specify they can listen to 400 words per minute or faster, or doubling their reading speed. And then hard to understand the text story and get distracted, but with this specify that they can stay focused with natural reading voice. And of course for those who left behind, they cannot follow the learning process, so they can retain more information and stay focused. I think I just take a break for a while because there are azan here. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so I just read this and then you said some of you never seen this before. Okay, never mind. So maybe one day your ads, okay, if you have something, you become a founder of a startup, so maybe you want to advertise something. So I really look forward if you one of you I mean like appear in so many social media, and we are really proud of your achievement, actually, to be honest. Okay, so and then the last part is a grain creator. Okay, so this is the part for your product as well. So what gain that you can create? Okay, positive outcome that you can create for customer. So you look back at their gain, okay, what they are expecting to have. So because people with difficulty to read, so they really want their ideal world to read faster, understanding what they read, and learning without disabilities. So whether you can provide it or not, if you say yes with this product, like for this example, specify, so of course they can have all these three things covered. So they already create the gains for the customer. So in other words, they are targeting the correct customer, they are targeting the correct market, and of course his product is really fit to this market. Okay, but if he targeting the wrong market, he couldn't be able to sell the product. Okay, so same goes to any other, I mean like if you have the same thing, so if you um your product is not wow enough, you cannot attract even your correct customer, then your product is not really fit to the market. Okay, so if you look back at this template, okay, or value proposition, okay, so then when the product, okay, that they are creating that really benefit for the customer, and the customer really enjoy every single features on the product, so of course they can create, this is what we call product market fit. Okay, and then now let's go to group discussion. Okay, so I want you to work in group. Okay, so everyone can work in group. Mul can help me to put them in group. Okay, what you are going to do, so I need you to design your value proposition canvas. Okay, I don't have the template, okay, but you can use your own Jamboard, okay, and then you can create that thing. Okay, so I will show you I will show you this wait, let me show you this. Okay, so you can create, okay, now you go back to your Jamboard, okay, and then try to identify. So first you already presented the idea, because this is only the exercise, we can continue using what you have practiced with Dr. Azuddin just now. So you are creating something, so 4 group, so 4 different idea and prototype. Okay, now start to engage with who will be your customer. Okay, so start to identify the customer job, the customer pain, and then the customer gain, and then try to identify your apps. Okay, for example, if you're developing the apps or your product, so what are the product and services, what they can do, what are the features, and then how they can elevate the pain, how can they ease the pain, how can they solve the pain for the customer, that is for pain reliever. And then last, the gain creator, so what kind of gain that they can create, is it because the customer already have the ideal world, they want to have this and that, so can you achieve it? So if yes, then you can take that. So before we go to small group, any questions? Do you understand what you are going to do?
Doctor,
Yep. Yes,
I
Roshan.
I would like to ask, for the target customer, right? Is it always better to choose a niche target over the general, like we target everyone?
Okay, good question. because okay, we can do this. Either you want to, okay, the question will be, which one is better, general or niche? Okay, there will be no right and wrong answer. But if you start from niche, okay, means like you have a very niche market, you are very focused, then you can concentrate on that. Okay, but I know most of you will say like, of course, all my product can be used by anyone regardless. But then anyone, let's say like 23 million people in Malaysia. Okay, Malaysian population 32 million. So are they really benefiting from what you are doing? So is it like very important for them? Okay, but if you, it's very difficult to penetrate the market if your market is general. Okay, unless your product, for example, like My Sejahtera, so this is like everyone has to use it, and then they have like support from the government and everything, so of course they are targeting all Malaysian, okay, except children. Okay, but then if you're focusing on, for example, like a food product, okay, you are designing a food, okay, but then look back, so is it can you target all people in Malaysia? So of course when you talk about food, of course every people have to eat, okay, they need to eat to survive. So then what kind of food are you producing? Okay, so let's say you are creating a chocolate for diabetic. I mean, it's like people who has diabetic, they still can enjoy eating chocolate. So for example, so then your target will be like the diabetic patient. So is it like all diabetic patient love chocolates? That's another question. Even though you already have niche, but then not all, because some of them, of course, because they get diabetic, it could be one of the possible, because they enjoy eating sweet things. Okay, but not all chocolate. Sweet thing can be many things. Okay, so then this is how you have to explore your market. So then if you have like very targeted, very specific focused target market, and then you can start to identify and doing like other things, whether your product, because your ideal, you can say your dream is will be this targeted market. Let's say you can identify 100, so you want all 100 enjoy or like your product. But is it happening that way? That's another big question mark. So this is how you tackle one by one why they don't like it, and then this will be explained in my next lecture after you do this exercise. Am I answering your question, Ho Sheng?
Yes, doctor.
Okay.
Thank you so
So,
much, doctor.
okay. Anyone else you want to ask anything? If no, can we have in small group? Okay, I give you, you try to make it like very quick. Let's say we try 10 minutes and then see how you can come up with. Can you do that? Come on, show your thumbs up if you understand and you're ready. Okay, because this is only a practice, so you can still using the same example, the idea that you have developed or you have created during previous exercise with Dr. Azuddin. Okay, so Mul, boleh tolong pecahkan dalam kumpulan Mul?
Kumpulan tadi je lah dok, monopen terus je.
Boleh? Kumpulan tadi.
Okay, alright. Tapi dok nak masuk tak room satu ke room mana?
Saya tak payah.
Dia tak payah, okay.
Mula ada lagi yang tak masuk Ni ada lagi kat sini.
Room 3 tak masuk lagi.
Oh, okey. Okey Mul, 10 minit. So dalam 4.40 boleh panggil dia orang balik and then lepas tu saya sambung. Boleh ya Mul?
Okey.
Thank you Mul.
Alright.
Mul saya ingat nanti mungkin saya nak masuk dari satu grup ke satu grup lah lepas 5 minit macam tu. Just nak tengok macam mana dia orang buat.
Nanti dia nak masuk dah bagi tahu je.
Okey. Mul ada je kat sini kan?
Ada je.
Okey. Bagi dia masa buat dulu.
Alright.
Okey Mul, mungkin boleh masukkan saya dekat group 1 dulu nak tengok. Lepas tu kalau saya nak keluar, saya leave je lah kan. Nanti kan dia keluar lah kan. Mul?
Room 1 ni okey tak? Mu dah masukkan dok dalam room 1. Tapi room 1 ni penuh. Kalau room 2, 3, 4 ni 3 orang, 4 orang lah.
Tak apa, saya just nak
Dah
satu.
dia. Okey.
Mul, saya dekat grup besar kan?
Apa dah?
Boleh tak masukkan saya dekat grup lain? Grup nombor 2 ke?
Nombor 2.
Mul, aku dah check dah grup nombor 2. Grup nombor 3?
Grup nombor 3.
Kita ada 4 grup Ke tinggal 3 grup?
Kita ada 4 grup. Sekejap.
Mul, tinggal grup yang terakhir je aku belum check. So grup 1, grup 2, grup 3 semua nampak okey. So grup last,
Untuk grup last
grup 1 tadi macam ramai.
Grup 1 ramai. Di 9 orang.
Oh yo.
Dia complete
Pecahkan dia orang ke grup lain tak boleh
Tak boleh ni kita pakai boleh je, tapi takut besok kan ada yang baru-baru sampai yang hari-hari petang tak ada.
Okay
Sebab
lah,
grup lain ni petang tak ada, pagi tadi okey, semua ada.
Mul boleh bagi announcement dekat semua group kan?
Boleh?
Mul tulis kat situ, Mul cakap breakout room session will finish at 5.
Okey.
Itu je. So maknanya pukul 5 sekarang lagi 9 minit lah. Pukul 5 bawa diorang semua masuk kat main room.
Breakout room finish at 5.
Finish at 5. Breakout room session. Tambah.
Akmal,
Ha.
diorang tak present ke? Aku nak tengok dia orang present.
Diorang dekat breakout room. Tadi start lambat 3:30.
Oh ya ke? Mal, lawa lah kau punya slide tu. I think okay lah.
Tak, sebab bila kita letak carta organisasi dia tak nampak.
Betul. Tak apa macam ni Mal. Ini recorded ni tapi tak apalah. Kita masa awal I cerita sikit pasal entrepreneurship yang kita nak bawa. Lepas tu I go to the slide. Lepas tu sampai dekat habis I present sampai kursus tu yang coretan kejayaan tu I pass to you all. And then you all akan start lah. Boleh macam tu?
Boleh, tak ada masalah.
So Azri cerita pasal usahawan dia. Lepas tu kau cerita pasal kejayaan tu yang menang pertandingan.
Sekejap, I tertanya-tanya juga yang kan ada kelab pelajar ada hantar video. Video tu nanti akan ditayangkan ke macam mana?
Tak, video masuk dalam long video yang Mul tengah edit sekarang.
Oh, so maknanya yang tu pun pelajar akan dapat akses lah nanti long video.
Nanti dia akan masuk masa dia mendaftar je dia akan dapat untuk semua, bukan kita saja, untuk semua PTG.
Oh, okey. Maknanya yang video 3 minit yang pendek tu adalah untuk presentation petang tu kan? Petang hari
Betul.
Itu just montage je tak kan?
Itu montage saja.
Yang video 30 minit tu yang student akan dengar, dia akan tahu semua kan?
Yang dia boleh tengok bila-bila tu yang itu.
Bila-bila tu betul.
Betul.
Kalau macam tu.
Alright. Okey, tak apa, saya keluar dulu, nanti saya nak dengar budak-budak present. Okey, Mal?
So far okey, tapi makin sikit. Aku tak tahu lah. Macam
dia orang kena belajar daripada Sesmet Buddies macam mana nak organize event ni.
itulah.
Ini first dia orang tu.
Beria 100 lebih katanya. Lepas tu tiba-tiba yang datang berapa masa time you tadi berapa?
Masa time I ada
27 hari kot.
21.
Okey lagi. Sekarang ni yang tadi berapa mood belas-belas kan?
Belas tu.
Itulah dia.
I think sebab terlalu lambat kot, petang sangat.
Mungkin
budak-budak macam tu lah. Okey, Mal.
Diorang pagi okey lah kot. Pagi okey, lepas tu tengah hari dah hilang.
Pagi pun 21 je pun.
Ya, yang tak bangun tidur lagi.
Itulah pasal.
Jadi pukul 5 nanti I panggil dia orang balik masuk. Lagi
okey, I masuk pukul 5. Alright.
Lepas tu sambung lecture balik. Okey.
Okey.
Pukul 5 nanti Mul masuk ke dia orang
Okey dok. Dah boleh dok saya tutup ni breakout.
Boleh. Okay, now everyone back. Sekejap eh. Okay, so group 1, are you guys here? Group 2?
I'm the only member of group 2 here.
Okay, cool. And then I believe all groups are here, right? Mul semua ada dah kan, Mul? All 4 groups are here. Okay.
Dah, masih semua dah masuk dah.
Okay, so maybe I want to hear from one of you. So any group volunteer to share with us. So what have you discussed on the value proposition canvas? Maybe we can start from group 4. We start from the back. Okay, group 4.
Sure can, doctor.
Yes.
Okay, so doctor, for our group 4, our target customer are all the Malaysians. Then the customer pen will be, the first one is our government will need to pay for the app, and we will collaborate with My Sejahtera app. So basically our apps will be like the new function in the My Sejahtera app. Then second customer pen will be no idea of the speed to be maintained according to the route. Then the third is can't access when there is no internet connection. And the fourth will be no ideas of how to react when accidents occur. Then what our customer will gain in our app is the first one is the multi-function. So customer will be able to know the route and the weather conditions in the app. The second one is the authorized will get to know the real situation of the accidents at any time. So for example, the policemen, the firefighters, and also our paramedics and others authorized will be able to get to know the real situation before they get to know to the real accident place. Then the third one will be customers' life will be more protected. So because in the app, the customer will be able to know what is dangerous to them, like the speed. So the apps will be notifying them, then they will be able to like slow down their speed or that. So their life will be more protected. So that's all from our group.
Okay, very good. I think very clear. So you have highlighted the pain for the customer and how your features can help them. Okay, so very clear. Before we jump to another group, any question from other group want to ask about to group 4?
Is there any hi doctor.
Hi.
I would like to ask, is there any possibility that we can generate revenue from such service? Since this service goes in more towards the direction of provide public services, so I was thinking like, is there any possibility that the developer of the team of such feature can generate revenue from it?
Group 4, you want to answer?
Oh, okay. So for this question, because we are collaborate with the government, so I think we can generate the profit from what we gain from the government. Government will pay for us to have the service. So since since we will collaborate with the My Sejahtera app, I think almost all Malaysians are downloading the My Sejahtera app and everyone are using it, right? So I think these apps will be everyone will be able to access it. So we will have a big number of our customers there. Then our profit will be gained from there.
Okay, good. Is it answering your question, your concern, Ho Sheng?
Yes, very clear. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you,
Okay,
Group
no
4.
problem. Okay, thank you, Group 4. And then how about just jump to Group 2? Can you present your findings or maybe your what you have discussed?
Okay. So our app is basically a multi-purpose app where we how should I say, it mostly focuses on the it mostly focuses on road safety. Like for instance, primarily our services, like for example, for drunk drivers, in order to avoid accidents with drunk drivers, we have an e-hauling service for them. And we have other services like alternate route for students and workers in case there's a traffic jam or road accident and they don't want to be late for work or school. Another service is that we can send complaint forms directly to the authorities if any road work have any holes or it's damaged. And then secondly, in case a driver is in critical condition, like let's say a driver suffers a stroke or heart attack, or perhaps they got into an accident but nobody can see where, they drive off hill, then an ambulance will be called. And it's basically an Apple Watch app, so their health will be monitored. And that's the same for the drunk drivers. Firstly, our gains is that there is a gain in pain reliever for both of them. So firstly, for the e-hauling, the gain is that since we're going to be partnered with Grab for the e-hauling services, Grab will have more customers. A pain reliever for the e-hauling for drunk drivers is that the drunks will get home much safer. And then another product and service is that alternate route for students and workers. Again, for that is that there'll be lesser traffic congestion because you think about it that there's a traffic jam or accident somewhere. And if more cars keep going there, then it's going to be worse. So if we were to redistribute or redirect that traffic somewhere else, then it will lessen the congestion and it will get resolved, sooner. And a reliever for that, the alternate rule relieves delay for workers and students so they will not get to work or school late. Another product service, complaints for roadwork. Again, for that is that the roadwork will be fixed, and that will be good for both the public and the authority. And a pain reliever is that fixed roadwork means it's much safer for driver and pedestrians. Because even regular people can be injured if they fell in the hole in the road, or if the road is damaged, if they were biking, for instance. A product and service, ambulances called in for drivers at critical condition. Again, for that is that avoid further accidents and save money on the costs of repairing the car or anything. or even further hospital bills. And the pain reliever is that at-risk people can get treatment faster, like if someone have a heart attack, and this app will alert a hospital nearby faster, so treatment will be delivered faster. But initially, there's going to be 4 services at this road safety app. We're going to plan to add more soon, but as startup, it's just going to be 4 services for now.
Okay, thank you very much, Rana. Okay, any question from the floors? From other groups? You want to ask anything? No questions? Okay, is it clear? I believe it will be clear lah. I mean, since no questions, okay, so what Rana presented about the apps, okay, thank you very much. And maybe I would like to invite group 3 to present.
Okay, good evening, doctor and everyone. Okay, I'm presenting group 3, so we are planning to do the black box in a car, in the vehicles. So one of the the customer or our targeted customer is the car manufacturer, where every single car will contains this device in each of the cars, so that whenever happen any accidents, we sometimes the authority person like JPJ or the police, they don't know the scenario of how the accident will occur. So that by this device, from that they get the data. From those data, know how could be happen an accident. But another one. Whenever there occur accident, is automatically connected nearby any medical centers. So it can be anything like minor accident or major accident, automatically connected to medical facilities nearby in that. So this can prevent the third parties like the publics known to call the ambulance or to attend to that location. It automatically the medical center will arrive at places. So what the other one is insurance. Once we know how occur the scenario of the accident, so the insurance company will easy for them to do like a report or whatever system they want to get from that system. That's all. Yeah.
Any question? So so this I mean like what you are creating. So can you explain a little bit about? I also wondering how do you get money? I mean like how you create
Okay.
revenue out of this.
Okay, because the device is be created by us, and we are the one delivered to the any car manufacturers. So from there we can earn the money, and then the car customers, once they are bought the car with that device, so when we bought car, usually we daftar the number card AJ or what number with the JPJ, right? So the JPJ, the main series number is same as the car plate. So the JPJ almost get the number like the series number is like series. So whenever got accident, there will be like a notification for the JPJ and also the medical unit nearby there. So the JPJ know that this that means the black box of the car got in accident. So that time only the JPJ will be retrieve the data from the system. Elsewhere, they never use that system. That's all.
Okay, good. I think
That's all.
Okay, any question from other groups? No. If no, maybe last presenter, group 1. So can one of you, I think group one has the most members, okay, compared to other groups. So I heard only one group only have like 1 or 2 members left, but group one still have 9 people. So anyone from group one?
Okay, Doctor. Uh, Actually, we do not have much time to discuss. But so there is so list on that paper. So, but I add some figures out of discussion. Okay, so because we don't think that apps yang upload footage of evidence sahaja dapat menguntungkan. So why not we collaborating with Waze yang buat maps untuk jalan. Tapi maps tu macam dalam Waze dia ada satu orang kata dia boleh tengok maps. Dia boleh ada police tracker, ada had laju macam ni. So dia membantu. Tapi why not kita tambahkan sikit lagi iaitu upload evidence of any accidents that happened on the road. And maybe we can upload orang cakap what is happening on the roads that they are currently ni lah. Contohnya macam minyak atas jalan ke apa ke. So they we ask them they can upload the evidence and they can get also reward. So something like that lah. So
Maknanya in other words, so if they report something like misconduct ataupun salah laku dekat jalan raya, then they will get something lah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so apa lagi tadi? So the service they know lah what the danger that is coming, like jalan licin ke, angin lintang ke, and pain relief, more to safety and make the user more aware, and hak mangsa accident pun terpelihara sebab ada evidence yang akan mungkin akan di-upload ke, easier to find the evidence lah, like that. That's all.
Okay. Maybe in this group, when I jump into your group and then asking like few things, and then one of your group members did ask about how they can make money out of this, right? So have you decided, and then can you share with us?
I think not yet.
But any idea that what you can think of?
Generate money?
Yeah, how you can generate profit out of this?
Others group members, do you have any idea?
Hi, Doctor. I think there will be more or less like group 4 just now from government, and then as for insurance, we're working together with the insurance agencies. So yeah, there's some fees lah for each claims, etc. So I think that's it lah.
Okay, good. So I heard most of you're really excited now because by doing this exercise, so you already know inside out about your product. I mean, like how this product can benefit others. So you see, because you put yourself in the shoes of the customer, the user, so you understand them very well, because this is like very easy because we are using the same example that most of you can drive. I mean, like you can be the potential user. Then it's very easy for you to imagine what do you want. Okay, and then so that's why you design something that, oh, this could be useful because I like this one. Okay, I love this feature. I love to have this in these apps. Okay, so that's why it is more what they call it. It's very exciting when you talk about it. Very passionate. You know about what you want. Okay, so then it will be easy. Okay, so congratulations to all of you. So give round applause to yourself. Okay, and then Tak ada pun yang tepuk tangan. Okay, very good. You should be proud with what you have. Okay, so that's one of the base thing. I mean, like the basic thing how you can boost your confidence and you appreciate yourself. Okay, without further ado, let us continue our lecture. I want to. This is only like a very short. Okay, I will give you an insight from. Okay, what you have learned just now is you have, okay, from earlier on you already discussed about your idea, okay, and then you come up with your prototype. You think this might work and this might not work, and then during this exercise what you have done just now, so you are studying, or maybe you are describing your customer, your potential user, then you can enhance your product better. So you see, this is how it looks like. And then because when your features is good enough, it can benefit the customer or the user. So it means like you can get, this is what we call is product market fit. So it means like your product really fit to the market. Okay, and then that's about product market fit. And then now let's look into, let's say if you want to approach your customer, okay, your potential customer. So how do you really ensure that they satisfy? Okay, so there are tips and tricks that what you are going to do. So this is what I want to share with you. Let me share my screen, my slide. Okay, so can you see the slide? Can you see the slide? Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we stop here. So group discussion. Okay, next. Okay, now how to verify. Okay, so this is the most important thing that most of entrepreneur miss it. So because when you miss it, then you cannot do it. I mean, like you cannot progress. Okay, so in an ever more crowded marketplace, and we increasingly switch on consumer, it is crucial to ask the right question. So when you have a potential customer in front of you, so you want to ask them whether they like it or not. So you have to have a very good and correct question to ask. Okay, so a product market fit is a well-established cornerstone of marketing and a crucial component of service design. And with good reason, understanding your product market fit can powerfully enhance your product or service and help shape your company's future direction. So you see, when you engage with your customer, so you know what they want, and then you know how you can emphasize on your product, so then you can make it very beneficial and very interesting, so then they can attract their attention more. Okay, so a product market fit is a degree to which a product satisfies a strong market demand, and it's also mean knowing your market. So is it a big enough to invest time and money into? Is there a gap in the market that my product can fill? And can my product or service hit certain performance target over time? So this is all you need to find the answer. Who can answer all this question? Is only from your customer. Okay, so a well-designed survey can help you answer this question. So next is for you to understand more and to discover or maybe to explore what their interests. So this is very important that you can come up with a one short simple survey. I will guide you how to develop and design the survey as well. Okay, so how to utilize the product market fit survey. Okay, so this is important. Okay, so when you want to design the survey for your potential customer, so you want to see, okay, for example, one question: how disappointed would you be if you could no longer use this product? So if your product is available on the market, or maybe like something similar to this product that you are designing, okay, so it's available on the market, and then you can ask, because if they already use this product, so how do they feel if this product is no longer available? Okay, so if this answer is very disappointed, means like okay, then this is like very good potential customer. And if they're not sure whether they feel disappointed or not, or maybe they said I don't feel anything. It doesn't matter at all whether it is available or not available, because they don't really appreciate that. Okay, so means the you might probably engage with the wrong target market. So this is what you first you have in mind. Okay, the result will be even more enhanced if you follow it up with an open-ended question to learn the reason behind the respondent's answer. So if they say, I feel very disappointed if I can no longer use this. Okay, so but then you might as well want to know why. Okay, so that's why when you design, so it has to be a mix of not only tick A, B, C, D, but they also have a mix of open-ended, because you want to explore more. Okay, so essentially, if you are looking for at least 40% of your respondents indicating that they would be very disappointed if they could no longer use your product or service, so means like you are in the winning side. Okay, means like, oh, they are more people, they will feel very disappointed, means like your product is very important in their life, because it is very useful. So means like you can do and try to investigate how to enhance the product. So this is like the best way and the right time for you to do it. Okay, but okay, remember, but don't dismiss the proportion of respondents who answered not disappointed at all. There are two keywords that can generate valuable information. So if most of them, okay, for example, like you ask like so many people, they said I couldn't be bothered whether your product is still available or not available. So means they are not really, I mean, your product is not really fit to their needs. Okay, so then you can work harder on that, iterate your prototype, or maybe you can redesign your product so that make sure that they will fit this target market. Or maybe, or it just like you don't have like the correct market, you might probably think of somewhere else, or maybe other people would benefit your product. Okay, so but this is happening. Okay, so how to utilize the product market fit survey? Okay, so this is another important question, that how you can answer it. So first, ask this respondent who they think the product or service is for. Is it for them? Is it not? If not for them, so means they most probably they don't really they don't really give uh, it all. I mean, they don't really see it a benefit for them, because it is not for them. Okay, and then secondly, ask another open-ended question to find out what changes that would make to your product or service to make it more enticing. So means okay, let's say if they are disappointed if they no longer can use your product, so then you can ask why. Because if let's say they don't feel disappointed at all, and you can ask why as well, because the answer could give you another angle of that what you miss to make your product can fit to that market. Okay, so these two things. So first you have to understand whether you are targeting the correct customer, and second one, if they like or they don't like, why. So because this is for your future development of your product. Okay, the survey size and audience. So let's say you almost, okay, this is about to design the questionnaire, and then next you have to understand, so how many people that you want to give to this survey. Okay, so according to Hitensha from Chrismatic, okay, so this is the Chrismatic is one of the apps, okay, and then they design about to ask random to get a perfect market survey. Okay, they suggested that you need around 40 to 50 responses to your product market fit survey for the result to be meaningful. If less than that, it not really, I mean, because it cannot say it is significant. I mean, it is not really useful. Okay, but if you can reach around 40 to 50, means this is like ideal size that they suggested. Okay. However, it is important to think about who those respondents are. So let's say you are targeting 40 people. So you just use all your family members, your uncle, your cousin, and everything. So it's still not meaningful as well because you are not targeting the right customer. So here 40 to 50 means like the correct target market. Okay. So for example, if you are trying to figure out, I mean, like your product is designed for working mothers. So your market, I mean, like 40 to 50 must be mother and they must be working. Okay, so then you can get a meaningful result. But if you just targeting, for example, for the sake of, oh, you want to, Dr. Akmal said it's about 40, then it will be meaningful. Then you blast all the questionnaire to all your classmates, which is they are not a mother, one thing, and they are not working, they are students. So then how it could be meaningful, even though you reach all, let's say 100 people. So you have to think this way. So then you can, I mean, if you get the result very meaningful, then it worth for you to redesign or maybe reiterate your product, or maybe just let it be as it is, then it will be benefit the target group. Okay, so the advice from the expert is to survey customer who have used your product at least twice, use the core features of your product, or use your product within the last 2 weeks. So this is an important question. If you already have your product available in the market, then you can use this question as well. I mean, you ask, have you tried this? You just mentioned your product. Have you? If there no means, it's not like they don't like your product because they never heard about your product. Then it could be they could benefit to your product as well. Okay, following this advice will ensure most reliable, actionable result and achieving true positive, true product market fit. So means if you're really targeting the correct market, okay, and then with a good or correct question, so then you will achieve this. I mean, I will ensure that when you sell and when you launch your product to this target group, so they definitely will get it. Okay, so the product market fit continuum, so it's not a yes no assessment, so it evolves over time. So means like there are lots of factors that you need to consider. Okay, the stage of development, okay, and then how big is your market, your current revenue, and your forward projection. So remember just now most of you said, so yes, this app can be used to all people, regardless their age, whether they are elderly people or maybe teenagers, everyone can use it. So you see your market is very big. So if your market is very big, it's not really easy to satisfy everything. Okay, for example, I give very simple example. We talk about feature. Okay, so elderly people, they don't really look forward into fancy things. It means like if they are, I mean, like the features are too complicated, too complex, so they don't like it because they might as well, I don't know how to use this, so then they will give up. And then how about the teenagers? The teenagers, they might attracted to, whatever current trend. So if you are too old school, it looks bad or maybe disgusting, they won't use it. Okay, so when you are having like a very broad market, so it makes you not very easy to find a very good to develop the product. So but that is not I mean, like, I never say you cannot solve at all. There are some solution that you have to think of. Okay, so and then okay, from asking have we achieved it, okay, then it better to ask to what extent have we achieved it. So means like it's not only like yes no answer just now. So when you say did you achieve your milestone, for example, did you achieve what you want, okay, but then the answer will be yes or no. But if you say if they achieve it, but to how extent, okay, then that will be very meaningful. I mean, like they give the strength of the yes and no answer just now. Okay, and then determine your product market fit is crucial component of growing your company or brand. Of course, because if your product cannot fit to the market that you are targeting, means you won't grow. It will only stagnate that way. Okay, so it can be powerful survey approach provided you ask the right question, survey the right people, and know how best to interpret the result. Okay, so these three main important things that you need to remember when later or during this active UKM program for business startup finding next Steve job. So when you are designing your survey, you have to remember these three things. So you have to ask the right question, you have to survey to the right people, and you know how best to interpret the result. Means like if the result is this way, it's not as expected, but you have to interpret it. You have to understand how to interpret that, why it happening that way. So means like you know how to fix it. Okay, if you cannot find customer and so on, then because the answer is very, I mean the response is very negative, but then you know how to fix it. Okay. Okay, designing the question for customer, go very fast. Okay, so for the best question to ask for developing any product, so you have to understand the demographic. So for example, like are they male customer, are they female? So you know every single, okay, different gender has different interests. Okay, like you know men likes what, and then woman likes what. Okay, so this kind of thing you can integrate um, into your apps or whatever creation that you make. And then do my target consumer currently use my product? So if yes, means like you can, you know, they are looking forward into what's next. Okay, then it gives you more creative idea how to develop things. And then especially when you get back to them and then you ask what do you like about this product that you have been used, and then they give, you know, honest feedback and so on, then it helps you to improve your product. And then what problems can I solve that my competition cannot? So this is how to make you outstanding, or how to make you, you know, more important than others. Okay, so if your customer can give, okay, for example, they will reply like this: oh, I love this one compared to when they start comparing, means you are one step ahead from your competitors, so you are in a good things. But when you say, oh, I prefer to use, for example, you're using apps, I prefer to use apps, they just mention what kind of apps. And you know, a bad thing is if there is your competitors, this is the time for you to take action. Means like you have to step forward. So what your competitors can offer to your customer, where they eventually steal your customer, that you can, you know, you can get back your customer. So you have to study and investigate and then try to, you know, fix the problem. And then what do my customer dislike about my product? So you also want to understand. Okay, so if they are like the same customer, so they keep on saying, oh, I prefer to use this app compared to this one because uh, your current I mean like your apps, because this and that, you know, they start highlighting your competitors advantage, I mean your competitors benefit. But then you know, they don't like, for example, like the complexity of the features. So then this is like the point to help you to how to improve your product later. Okay, and then what ideas do customer have to improve my product? Okay, so then you can ask them, how can we improve? And then if they can answer, they just give a suggestion, then you have to take it and then reflect back, not like all the suggestion you have to address. Okay, so you have to sit down and then um, look back, okay, through all these respondents. They could probably, some of it worth to take into consideration, some of it is just not worth to change. Okay, and then who are you and what you do? Okay, so this question is very important because uh you know, because sometimes you are targeting the wrong audience. So when you target the wrong audience, so of course they always like saying, I like this, I like that, because whatever you design, they will never like your design because they are not your customer. Okay, so that's why the most important thing, your product, when you introduce, it has to be in line with the value or the opportunity out there, what the customer is looking uh, like looking after. Okay, so for example, like they are looking for apps that can help children, uh, parents who drive cars with children. Okay, so then you design the same app, and then in fact you design the apps, they have safety features but nothing to touch on children. So of course, when you keep on asking them question, they will give like, oh, I don't think your product can benefit my family because this and that. You see, because you are not really designing, you're not really helping her, helping this fella to, to solve the issue or the pain. Okay, so this is one important thing. And then another question is, what does your day look like? It's not like asking, how are you doing, something like that, but this is like how your product can fit into their life. Okay, so why this question important? Because their daily life, like what we had done just now, the customer job. So you need to understand their daily routine, then how your apps or maybe how your product can fit into their daily life. If if all their daily life, okay, for example, sending children to school and then going to grocery store and then going to work. Okay, and then while you are creating an apps, for example, for safety and then for long drive, okay, then of course they cannot fit into one of their daily job, so of course they don't need your product. So this is kind of thing that you need to consider, because you only can get this kind of answer during the survey. And next, what made you buy our product? Okay, what challenges were you trying to solve? Okay, so this question is important because this is only time for you to reflect to your product, whatever you have designed, and then to help you uncover. Okay, here they say uncover the real reason customer are buying your product or service, because this is like the genuine reason why they will stay with you or why they will run away with, they will never come back to you. And then what did you like or dislike most about the product? Okay, this is how, if you ask this kind of question, because you want to improve your product, and the customer who receive this kind of question, they can expect there will be another version like 2.0, 3.0 and so on, because you just ask, because actually they already satisfied, but then you keep on asking, how can we improve this product? So of course, definitely you are really improving your product and you want to create a better version of that. And then what nearly stopped you from buying? Okay, so this question, if you ask, means like you want to understand how many competitors that you don't realize or you don't recognize they are coming up or growing. And one more thing, why they don't want to spend anymore. Okay, maybe they have personal reason, or maybe they has been stolen by other company and they attracted to another company or another product that they are will enjoy more. Okay, and then this is the last question that normally if you answer any survey, they can ask you, is there anything that you like to add? So please be 100% honest, or maybe this kind of question. We love your feedback. Can you give comments and so on? So this is like the last one. Maybe if all the question, they have something to say, but you never ask about the question in the question, so they will leave the answer here. Okay, so again, so this is to wrap up the 3 steps to run the customer survey. So first, set up a customer survey. Second, share your survey with your customer. And then 3, analyze the data. So means the 3 main important, you have to ask the right question. So which is number 1, set up the customer survey. And then second, make sure you have the correct target group. So share the customer with your potential customer. And then 3, you know how to interpret the result. So analyze the data. So this must be correct. If you follow these 3 simple steps, it will be easy. Okay, set up a customer survey. Okay, so you can describe. Okay, this is an example I give you with a clear example. So start a survey and give it a descriptive title. Okay, so add question one by one. Okay, so like what I have discussed just now, who are you? And then because you want to make sure that you are in line with their needs. Okay, your customer needs. So in a written survey, you may want to give your customer a few hints about kind of response you are expecting. Okay, so this is one of my students example. So she won many things because she's creating an apps, okay, for mental health personnel, okay, how they can manage the treatment and everything. So one simple question is starting from like this. Okay, so are you a practitioner in mental health field? So means like they want to know who are you and so on, because how this thing can benefit you. If the answer is no, means like, oh, this is, it couldn't be, you know, a good answer throughout the rest of the questionnaire. Okay, and then which one are you practicing as? Is it psychiatrist? Is it clinical psychologist? So for example, if you're targeting very straightforward community, or maybe a very specific person, so then you can identify which group are they belong to. So it means like this is to make your life easier in the questionnaire. And then after doing that, okay, share the survey with your customer. So this is a very straightforward step, as I mentioned to you. So you have to go through, you can use, like nowadays social media helps you make your life easier. So you can have WhatsApp group. So don't do like simply blast to any WhatsApp group. We don't do that. So if you are really going to make this thing work, so you have to understand the group. Okay, so your potential customer. So for example, your apps is designed for working mother, so it is not relevant if you blast to your classmate, because they are not mother, maybe only 1 or 2 of them, yes, and then they are not working, maybe some of them are, okay, but then you cannot target that way. Okay, how about if you are blasting the same question, you are targeting working mother. Okay, so you are blasting this questionnaire to a group of lecturer UKM. Okay, so then again, yes, some of them yes, some of them no, because working, yes, tick. Okay, means like they all working as a lecturer, I mentioned just now. But mother, maybe not of them are mother, maybe some of them, because lecturer UKM, female lecturer UKM, we are targeting only one gender, female. So not all of them are mother. They could be married, but they're not a mother. They could not be married yet. Okay, so of course they are not a mother. So means like if you're targeting them, it is not really meaningful when the result, the outcome that you will receive. Okay, so of course you have to introduce who are you, okay, in your survey, and then how long they can expect to answer the question. So this is like a very good practice that when you want to distribute a survey. And then last, analyze the data. So because you have asked open-ended question, you will need a system to categorize them and start identifying trends. Okay, so because then if you have the trend, okay, so then it's easy for you to further develop your product, or maybe you can improve your product, and you can do so many things from that. Okay, I give you one very another example of our students. So this is a survey that they did. You know, when you distribute this kind of questionnaire, a survey questionnaire, so it has to be very simple. It won't take like 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes to answer. It's just like 1 to 2 minutes, that will be enough. So normally you don't go for like 10 question, 20 question. We don't do that. So as simple as like 5, minimum of 5 question, or not more than 10 questions. So look, here is very simple. So market survey question for water cooler project. So first question, what kind of outdoor activities that you like? Okay, because they are targeting people who enjoy outdoor activities. So this is the great target market. So this kind of okay, so first if you are really doing this, then you can take. Okay, so how often do you go for outdoor activities? So this is very specific because they want to understand their job, okay, the customer job, their daily routine. So is it daily, twice a week? If daily means like this is a very a serious goer. Okay, and then what kind of water do you prefer after doing outdoor activities? Hot water, cold water, warm water. If most of them answer hot water or nothing relevant to your design, means like it can help you because you are targeting outdoor activities people goer. But then if you only can provide cold water, but then let's say 60% of them prefer hot water, so then you can redesign your thing to make it like hot and cold water. So as simple as that. And then do you think it's hard to get cold water when you go for this activity? So if you're expecting you only can provide cold water, so then you want to ask further question, is it difficult? So this is the pain that you want to address. So if most of them say yes, 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 means they have pain for these outdoor activities people. Their pain are they enjoy drinking cold water, but it's very difficult to get. So of course when you introduce, you're creating something for outdoor activities, means like it's portable or rechargeable or whatever things, and then it can provide cold water. Of course they are the one who interested with your product. Okay, and then last question, do you think that we need a portable water cooler that can cold water everywhere you go? So you are expecting the answer to be yes, 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 and yes. Okay, means like if yes, you understand that there are market demand, means like your product is totally can fit to the market. Okay, so then this kind of question, can you send this kind of question to WhatsApp group your class member? So that's my question. What do you guys think? If this kind of question, can you send it to your classmate?
Yes.
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 Okay. Yes, because when you targeting people who love outdoor activities, regardless they are working, they are student, they are children, they are people there. This kind of thing. Even though you can say, oh, I don't have like age range, could be elderly, could be teenager, it could be very big. But again, you look back to this question, so it's very specific and focused. Niche market is people who love outdoor activities. Okay, so you have to sit down again and then think about that. Then it's easier for you to grow from when you have a clear picture of who are you targeting. Okay, and then this is the last slide. Okay, trust me, this will be the last slide. So which one is your innovative invention? Okay, so when you create something, so it has to be or to your customer. Okay, to you is everything is very important, but from the perspective, I mean like from the perspective or from the view of the customer, your product could be very good, or very important. Some of the customers said, oh, this is not really important, but I need it. Okay, but some of them say, never mind, I think I don't use it. So you see, this is how you can categorize your product. But we are going to that very important to the customer. We want our customer think our product is very super important, so that's why they keep on like stick to our product. Okay, so when we talk about this is like candy, vitamin and painkiller, I think most of you have heard about this. When you go to the pharmacy, so you can find this candy, you can find vitamin, and you also find painkiller. How to make your product like this? So if candy means like your customer think your product is candy, means like if you go to pharmacy, not many people come to pharmacy, enter pharmacy and to look for candy. If they want to find candy, of course they will go to grocery store or maybe 7-Eleven, convenience store and so on. Okay, so means like your product there, I mean candy in pharmacy is not that super important to the customer. Okay, and then how about vitamin? So vitamin means like the customer, okay, whoever enter pharmacy, they could find vitamin there. Okay, means like they have intention to find vitamin in pharmacy. Okay, so means like it is important, means like people who look for vitamin, so it's not really really urgent, means like they think, oh, I think I need vitamin to boost my immunity. Oh, I think I can buy it now. Or then you open your wallet, you see your money is not there. Oh, never mind, I can postpone it. I can buy vitamin maybe next month, because it's so look. It's not to say that vitamin is not important. It is important, but it is not urgent. Okay. So if your product to be like this, means like you have to be careful as well, because when they see your product, they say, oh, I want to buy it, and then they look at their wallet, I don't have enough money, they will say, okay, never mind, I will buy next time. So if they have next time, means like your product is not that important enough. Okay. And then how about painkiller? Those who are coming to pharmacy, they are really in pain, you know, so they look for painkiller. Or maybe whoever like looking for painkiller means they are in pain. Okay, so if you are a pharmacist, or if you are, I mean like you are the one at the counter, so people looking for painkiller, and then you can offer that, okay, look, we have 5 different type of painkiller, do you want this, do you want that? So if people in really in pain, they will never have time to consider. They'll say, just give me anything that can kill my pain. Okay, you see? So means like if your product to your consumer, or to your customer is like painkiller, means like they don't care about the price. Is it high or is it low? They just want it. Okay, so this is what all the entrepreneur dream of. So they want to be, their product or their apps or whatever they design is a painkiller to the customer. Okay, so means like it solve a painful problem, because the customer say, I need to fix this now immediately, I don't care the price, I don't care what brand, as long as can fix this problem, that's it. So you want your apps or maybe your product to be designed that way. So means like this is what we looking after. Okay, so I think that's all from me. Any questions?
Hello, Assalamualaikum, Doctor.
Oh, Waalaikumsalam.
Doctor, just want to ask, right? Okay, so if as we know, not all of apps that have in Play Store or App Store is paid. So how do these free apps gain money? Or yeah, just question.
Okay, good, good, apa namanya, good question, Anis Anis kan yang tanya tadi, okay. Okay, good question. Okay, look at this. Okay, I understand there are lots of apps, free apps, but they don't get money. Okay, I think maybe this is can relate to you, many of you. How many of you here play Mobile Legend? Tak pernah dengar Mobile Legend? Or you don't know? Or you're not? Okay, so but maybe some of you have heard, or maybe if not, other games. Okay, there are lots of available games online, they are free. And then can you think of, okay, let's say I think I can relate Mobile Legend, because I know how they make money. Okay, so look, just give I just put this example. If not Mobile Legend, any other game like PUBG and so on. Okay, so is it available online? Yes. Can you download it without paying anything? Yes. Am I right? Okay, so for example like your brother play Mobile Legend, so tengok dia tak guna duit pun, so tapi dia boleh main game. But then you think again, how this Mobile Legend company ataupun Munton can generate income. Okay, so there are another features that inside there, if they want it, they have to pay. So means like not all people, I mean like they are targeting very mass targeting. So all people will enjoy this product, but not all will pay. But there are certain people who are paying. So that one thing. And then how about others? And then when people get excited, so they can create, for example, like liga, a big league, okay, ataupun competition. So competition that can get money. But of course, all
E-sports.
this like yang e-sport, you also know that. So all these people yang main e-sport ni, sometimes most of them dia tak keluar duit. Tapi when people knows, for example like Panasonic company, dia tahu okay budak ni kalau main akan menang, then they want to sponsor. So you see, so this is from the sponsor. So this is how this company Mobile Legend get money. Okay, so then you know there are lots of way how to get money, and in fact kalau you tengok, you can offer siapa pemenang will get like 2.5 million. Sebab duit dalam e-sport ni bukannya setakat menang 200 300, betul, unless yang organize is student from UKM organizing e-sport, itu different thing. When we talk about the real e-sport game out there, international competition, prize money first maybe 100,000 minimum, sometimes can reach up to, you know, because people betting for it. So this is how they make money. Okay, itu one model. Okay, another model like pernah dengar Canva?
Okay.
Okay, Canva, can you download it for free?
Yep.
Have you ever think how they make money?
There are certain features that if we want to use that one, then we have to upgrade to premium.
Yeah, they call it premium. So they are two different target market. So first is basic. They know these people will never go for premium, but they enjoy it. But one day when they stuck at somewhere, they could probably pay. Okay, but there are another, for example, company, they just pay. Okay, same goes to Zoom. Have you ever experienced Zoom? You want to have meeting and then after 40 minutes, it's off. Okay, but if you want to enjoy like 2 hours discussion with more than 3 people, you have to pay monthly. Okay, so this is what we call as subscription. So you can do that. Okay, so you know all these app they can have that way too. Okay, so look like Netflix. Okay, Netflix, I mean like they don't care if you don't pay. I mean they are other like back doors how to get Netflix to watch Netflix movies without paying. But you know the company, but when they detect all these kind of things, they will like shut you down, you know. But then Netflix, even though it is like very cheap, some people say cheap because you can share your you know, you can share like 5 people how many you want, so it can be very cheap. So but they have like this subscription model like monthly installment, or maybe you have to pay monthly. So there are many ways to do it. But if you want to introduce very important app like My Sejahtera, and you want to benefit for 32 million, okay, so it is not possible if you ask the customer to pay, you know, because it is compulsory and then you need to pay. So then it won't be possible, and then akan ada berlaku riot dan sebagainya, semua orang mogok because who they want to blame? They won't blame the developer, they will blame the government, because government said we need to have this to enter restaurant, but then we need to pay. So how about people who cannot afford to pay? So then the government has to take this kind of responsibility to pay everything. Does it make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So you see, there are so many ways to do it and so many ways to make money, but you have to think wisely which one is the best.
Understood.
Okay, any other questions?
Anyone from the floor?
No, doctor.
Okay, yes, who's asking? Oh no, he said no. Okay. So if no question now is 6. Okay, I'm so sorry we overrun the show. Okay, I pass it back to Anis.
All right. Okay, thank you, Dr. Akmal, for give talk and give some input to our participants today. And I hope everyone can get info and learn something today. All right. Okay. So before we end our session, it almost 6:30, 6:03 already. Okay. Maybe we can have a picture first before we end our session today. Can we? Before that, doctor, can you unshare your screen?
Okay.
All right. Okay. So everyone can open your camera first. So we have you gitu. Hosheng. How to pronounce your name? How?
It's actually Ho Wei Sheng, but I'm not sure how come the system become like this.
Oh, it's auto,
Yeah.
I see. All right. So, let's wait if there's anyone who want to join us. One thing that I like about Microsoft Teams is that we have change scene tau. So rasa macam dekat kuliah lah. Okay, so anyone? I'd like to talk. All right, if there's no more, maybe Joey can help me to take a picture.
Yes, sure. Guys, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, hold on, yeah. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done.
All right, thank you, Joey. So later we will send the photos to a Telegram group, or if maybe the Takmal one, I can send to Cik Suryani as well. Cik Sur. Okay, so thank you everyone for having